Let's now go ahead and create an editor role, which will be used to create, edit, and delete any content. And the editor will have access to this main content page. They will also have access to the toolbar and this backend theme. Now, creating these type of editor or content editor roles is what you'll do most of the time when it comes to managing roles in Drupal. So you will spend a bit of time fleshing out roles and their permissions. So the first thing we'll do is create a new role. So to do that, let's go back to people and then click on roles and then click on add role, and we'll call this one editor just to keep it simple, and then click on save. Okay, so we have created our role. Now let's create an actual editor account. So click on list and then add user, and I'll enter in Ivan plus editor at example.com, and I'll give it the username of editor, keep it simple, and the password will be test and test. Now, this being a local site, the password can be as insecure as I like, and also I'll select editor from the roles section. Scroll down and click on create new account. Okay, now let's open up another browser and log in with this user account. So what I'll do is I will move this browser to the right, this browser to the left, and let me just log in as the editor in this browser here on the right. And then with the browser on the left, I'll be logged in as an admin tweaking the permissions. So let me just expand that a bit. And here you can see that I have logged in as the editor, but I really can't do anything else. I can't create any content. I can just view my user profile page and also edit the account. Okay, let's jump back to this browser and then go to people and then click on permissions. And here you can see the editor role. And the first thing we'll do is give the editor role access to the article and basic page where they can create, edit, and delete articles and basic pages. So scroll down to the node section. So here you can see this is the file section, filter section. Scroll down to the node section, and then under the editor column, make sure you check create new content for article and basic page, and then delete any content for article and basic page, and then scroll down until you find edit any content for article and edit any content for basic page. Now, in this example, we will allow the editor to delete any content and edit any content. But you may want to restrict users to only edit and delete their own content. If you want to do that, then simply assign them the edit own content or the delete own content. But in this case, I want to allow the editor access to delete and edit any of the articles and basic pages. Okay, so let's scroll down and then click on Save Permissions. And then if we go into this browser and refresh, you can see that now we have access to this block here. So if we click on Add Content, we can go ahead and create a piece of content. So let me just go in there and create this basic article. So I'll call this one Test Body Editor, and I'll capitalize this Test Editor Article as the title, and then click on Save. So now from here, we can edit the article and we can also delete it. And then if I go to the home page and I find an article that was created by admin, and then if I click on Create Article, you can see that I can also edit and delete this article, which was created by the admin account. And I can do that because I've assigned the edit any content for article and basic page. Now, you may not see this view, edit, and delete straight away. If that's the case, and you have assigned the correct permissions, just go ahead and rebuild the site cache. So just go to Configuration, and then go down to performance and then click on clear all caches. And then you should see these tabs. But chances are it'll just work out of the box. Okay, let's jump back here and let's assign a few more permissions. So scroll down until you get to the filters section. Where is that? The filter section. And what we want to do is we'll give the editor access to the full HTML text format. Because now if we go and edit a piece of content, we can't switch the text format. But if we were to give the editor access to this full HTML and then scroll down and click on Save Permissions, and then we refresh, we can now switch between the text formats. And of course, if you select full HTML, it'll give you more options here in the editor. Now let's jump back to our permissions page. And what we need to do is we need to assign 3 more permissions. And this will give us the toolbar, the backend admin theme, and also access to the content page. So what we'll do is open up your Finder, because this page is pretty big, and just search for use the toolbar, and then assign this permission to editor, and then search for view the administration theme, and then assign that to the editor. And the final one is access the content overall page, and then give that to the editor, and then scroll down and click on Save Permissions. And now if we refresh this browser on the right, we should see a toolbar, and this form is being rendered using the backend administration theme. So if we click on content here, you can see that we have now access to this content page. But then if we click on home, we go to the front end, and then if we edit one of our articles, we go back to the backend theme and we can go ahead and modify our content. Now, one other thing we need to do with the role is give the editor role access to view and revert revisions. Okay, this is very important for editors. So let's go down to the node section. So let's scroll down till we get to the node section. And if we scroll down to the bottom of the node section, we should see view all revisions and revert all revisions. And then scroll down and click on Save Permissions. And then if we refresh, we should see a tab here on the right next to Delete. And here you can see we have the revisions tab. And then if we just go ahead and make a change, new revision, click on Save, and then click on Revisions, you can see a new revision has been created. Now below this video, I list out all the permissions which I gave the editor role, just in case you missed it or I was going through the permissions page a little too quick.